Hey, this is Ramon, Channels Alpha 4, and this is NaNoWrimo day 28, day 27, day 28. I keep on having to do this, and I keep on having to edit that part out. Day 29. No, wait, it's already midnight, so day 28. Day 28, and I wrote 3,700 words today. More words in a fiction story than I have written in fiction in the last 5 months. Why NaNoWrimo? Well, especially why NaNoWrimo if you're already an adult? You know, isn't NaNoWrimo for kids? Don't they have that young readers program? Well, the thing is, we all don't live in New York. And we all don't live in LA. And some of the greatest writers in America aren't from New York or LA. Some are from the South. But for us that don't live in a major metropolitan area, we don't live in New York, we don't live in Dallas, we don't live in LA, heck, we don't even live in Atlanta. What about us? You know, maybe we ghostwrite for small businesses or independent publishing. Maybe we just get some stuff put anonymously or through a pseudonym in our local paper. Well, something like NaNoWrimo gives us hope, and it gives us a challenge. And I've written about 5 or 6 books already, completely finished. I haven't had the guts to send it off. I just haven't. You know, I don't know anyone in the publishing business. I don't know any agents. You know, so I could do my stuff locally, but that won't reach an audience of more than, I think, the entire area that I live in, including the surrounding area, is 1 million people. So that's max. My max audience right there is 1 million people. So, and that's if every single person where I live buys my story, which, you know, let's be honest. For the last few months, I've been busy with the rest of my life. So, what does someone do? So maybe they participate in something like NaNoWrimo. And even though it's an open competition and there's no real prize money or anything like that, it's accomplishing something. And it gives you the courage and the proof that you can write however many words in a certain amount of time. In real life, as writers or as struggling artists, you know, we don't work this way. We don't spend 12 hours a day or 7 hours a day writing. You know, we have day jobs, we have to work, we have families, we have friends, we have responsibilities that we just can't ignore. But maybe once a year for a month, we can take our accrued time off, or we can take a break from work, and we can just pour our hearts into our passions and write with the rest of the world. You know, you look on YouTube and you see who's participating in NaNoWrimo, and it's not just 16-year-olds or high school kids that their teachers are requiring them to do it. It's housewives and martial arts instructors and business professionals and scientists and all these amazing people from all walks of life who also have a little bit of artist in their heart, you know what I mean? And that makes it, you know, kind of heartbreaking in a way. But something like NaNoWrimo gives us hope. And would it be great if there was an open competition like NaNoWrimo where there was prize money and where the winner got to be judged by the peers and got to get published? Yes, of course. But to do that, you'd have to get enough people to read through all the submissions. And you could never inspire enough people that way. But NaNoWrimo leaves the door open so that way anyone can get inspired. So I am very grateful for NaNoWrimo and for Caddytastic, where I first heard of NaNoWrimo. That's how I found her videos and how I even found BookTube, by the way, is A few years ago, I was stuck on a different story. I think a story I was actually writing for a private client. I guess that's called a Patreon, but it doesn't mean what Patreon means now. In the old Renaissance term of the sense, Patreon. And I couldn't get through a scene, so I decided to look up plots. And Kitty Tastic's, or however you pronounce her name, first year on NaNoWriMo, where she was doing how to write stuff, came up. And yeah, so it helped me out. I didn't agree with most of her approaches, but it helped me. It helped inspire me to get through a hump, and it made me $60. That's how much I sold that story for, was $60. But at the time, I needed to eat, so $60 felt really good. Yeah, something like NaNoWriMo is very important for struggling and starving writers, and for inspiring new writers. And there's that statistic that something like for every one book published, there's 1,000 or 1,000,000 unpublished books, something like that. I think it's a BS number, but it's not that BS. And I hope I do win in the next few days. I have 5,000 words to go, and I have 2 days to write 5,000 words, which seems impossible if you're coming in from day one. But the last few days I've been writing anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000 words, so it actually seems doable. And I don't know, I hope I get a second victory. I still got to do my donation. I like doing a donation. I like donating for free speech stuff, and I like donating for NaNoWriMo. And I'm going to buy a shirt, of course, assuming that I get my victory. I don't buy the shirt unless I get my victory. That's my that's how I make sure I actually do it. I do what I say I'm going to do. I don't reward myself until I get to today's episode, I guess, or chapter, whatever you want to call it, section. Where 2 Mycenaean soldiers who were injured and couldn't go to the battle. So the battle's going off in the distance, and they're recovering. And they're just having this conversation about why they fight and what it's like to fight, what it's like to be a conscript soldier in a pre-money society where there's no pay and they're just fighting for glory and for honor. And what that would mean, and what that would mean to me, what that would mean according to all those history books I got there. Yeah, so it's interesting to be able to do that, and to be able to do that for a purpose. Even if that purpose is just a little sheet of paper that says you did it, So I'm very grateful that a program in a competition, in our contest, whatever you want to call it, like NaNoWriMo exists. I'll be making my donation hopefully soon. Anybody else out there who's watching this who's also doing NaNoWriMo? I know these videos are not the most popular videos, but if you're watching this, good luck to you, and finish. Even if you're behind, finish. Even if that means you got to write one whole day nonstop, finish. Even if that means you got to finish 3 days late, finish. You'll feel good. Okay? All right. Peace, like, subscribe. Talk to you all later.